With Euro 2024 Germany upon us, the top contenders have started raising their hands, and we look forward to a beautiful event, a beautiful tournament that will be held in Germany. Today, we look at the top contenders leading up to the Euro 24. Welcome to the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mojere Waiti. As we're in the international football fever, I was like, let's just look at the top contenders. Let me just come and let us have a discussion as well. Leave your comments in the comment section as well. Let us look at the top contenders leading up to the tournament June go Germany. I think on my thumbnail, if you look at it, I've put four teams there that I think that personally I think they do stand out in this tournament. I think not this tournament but the upcoming tournament. I think they are the favorites for me to lift the trophy. We start with England. Obviously, we've seen they've lost their two friendlies. They've lost to Brazil and they've lost to Belgium at home. But if you look at the bunch of their squad, I think they've got for me in Europe. I am tempted to say they've got the best squad in Europe at the moment, or even in the world at the moment. Because you look at they've got Jude Bellingham, they've got Ukebi Moini, who just came in his first England start. They put a man of the match performance against the Belgians. They've got Bo Foden, you still have Osaka, you still have Bowen. Harry Kane was not playing, was rested. You still have John Stones, Rice. There's a lot. There's a lot. Rice, you still have Madison, you still have Ivan Tony, you still have Watkins. There's a lot. There's a lot of talented players there. And I think, as I said, for me personally, I think they've got the best squad in Europe. And I think it will all come down to tactics. I think it will all come down to how Southgate sets them up to be. I think a lot of England fans, even if you're not an England fan, you're just a fan of football, you would surely agree with me. For me, I don't think Southgate is the right man to lead this team to major trophies. I think for me, he's just been lucky in that England team because he got a bunch of players. But remember, England have got this tendency of having like a golden generation and failing to utilize it. I think remember Gabo Lampard, Bo Gerrard, they did not win anything, and it was that golden year. Yeah, Rooney, Bo Gerrard, Bo Lampard, Bo Beckham, and they didn't win anything. So they have been in this situation before, and let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Go Germany as well. For me, where will England finish? Because I'm gonna give you my predicted finishes for the top four teams that I've mentioned and I've put up in my thumbnail as well, and I will let you as well on the comment section when let me know of the teams that you think are gonna go into this tournament as favorites. Who do you think, and let me know where do you think they're gonna go as far, or even if they're gonna be champions as well. I think England, for me, the last one they went to the final, they couldn't win it at home. Semi-finals for me at best. Kenan or England are gonna go to the semi-finals. And not because of the players. I think the players, as I said, they've got one of the best. They've got one of the best squads in Europe. But what Southgate does with that, I don't think he's the right man to lead them. If you look at how he sets up his play, he's got so many creative, so many offensive players, but he likes playing five. I don't understand the formation. Yeah, five always. We've got so many creative players. You still have Madison, Akababala. You still have Rashford. You still have Osaka, Bowen, Ivan Tony, Watkins. You've got a lot of players going forward, but he still tends to play a defense-minded football. So we'll see what they do. But for me, my predicted finish for them will be fourth. Yeah, semi-finals at least. Make it to the semi-finals. The second team I would like to speak about, they played to a 3-3 draw. Yeah, 3-3 draw at the Bernabeu against Brazil, Spain. Um, is it Spain? No, man, not Spain. Did I put Spain there? I will speak about Spain, but I think I put still Spain. It's England, Portugal, France, and Germany. Yes, those are my top four. But I will speak about Spain a bit. Yeah, they've got young players as well, promising young players. Yamal as well yesterday played well. Danny Olmo as well. What a brilliant goal by Danny Olmo. I think he's one of the best number 10s, if you want to put it Kasakal, number 10s, a central attacking midfielder, if you want to put it Kafifa, but he's an attacking midfield, a creative attacking midfield, and I think he's one of the best in Europe. And I am still surprised why he still plays in Germany, why England teams are not looking at it. I think a few seasons ago, Liverpool were looking at him. I don't know what transpired, that deal, but yeah. And you look at that Spain team, Rodri at the heart of it. They still have Morata, they still have Moreno as well. Mfano wako Gavi and Pedri. And I think, yeah, for me personally, I don't think Spain are at the level that they are supposed to be at. I don't think they're at the level Ela Yabo, Del Bosco, where he won consecutive European championships. I think they still have not a long way to go, but unlike England, they've been together for a while now with the same coach. At least they've got a foundation. They know how to play. They've got that chemistry with them. But with Spain, it's a new manager that came in. The previous manager, I think it was Luis Enrique. And yeah. So Spain, yeah, they might be the underdogs for this tournament. And being an underdog is actually not a bad thing because people won't see you coming. And you might find that you win, go all the way and win the tournament. And speaking of underdogs, I think the other underdogs for me would be Netherlands. I think you saw how they were playing yesterday during the friendlies, how they played against Germany as well. I think Budipai, Frankie de Jong, Frank Pong, Bo Van Dijk. I think for me, they are also an underdog because people are not looking at them. And if you look at the style of football they're playing, they are dangerous. They are very dangerous under Roman Koeman. Is it Roman Koeman? Yeah, Roman Koeman. Is it Louis Van Gaal? One of the two. And you see Memphis Depay, I think he's somehow rejuvenated his career at Atletico Madrid. He starts scoring goals. And look, Netherlands, I think he's transferring that form into these national teams. And for me, those two, Netherlands and Spain, for me, are the two biggest underdogs for this tournament. My second pick would be obviously Germany, the host. I think Bumiziala, Tony Cruz has come out of in retirement, but I think they have Cruz, Muller still plays, Neuer still plays, Gundogan. They've got an aging squad if you look at it. But also you still have Musiala, which are your young players coming in as well. And as host, I don't think they are the team to look out for. If you look at the recent result, especially that come from behind win against Netherlands, that win against France as well, one of the contenders as well, and you look at Nagelsmann. Isn't Nagelsmann who's there? Yeah, I think it's Nagelsmann who's their coach. You look at the type of football they want to play. If you look at that goal, I saw someone analyzing goal. The first goal they scored against France. If you look at the patterns of play that they did, the two forwards, they go forward. The midfield players drag France's midfield players. Tony Cruz turns as if like he's going backwards, and he turns. He passes it to who was that boy? Who scored the first goal? Or Wits, Leverkusen player, and it's an exciting team. As I said, they've got Wits, they've got Musiala, and Havertz is picking up form at the right time because now that's where his national team is gonna need him leading to the tournament. I think they, for me, also as the host, they want to look for. I think they'll go all the way to the final. Germany for me, all the way to the final. If you agree with me, let me know as well in the comment section there. Or if you agree with me, you must just hit the like button. My third contender for the Euros, Portugal. I think someone was saying Portugal won without Ronaldo and they lost against Slovakia with Ronaldo in it. And honestly speaking, I think Portugal they've become stronger. Rafael Leao, He's scoring goals. He's back to his form. Bernardo Silva in the middle of the park. Neves. They've got Joe Paulinho. They've got Bruno Fernandes. They've got Joe Felix, Cancelo, Ruben Diaz at the back with Pepe, a 41-year-old. Is he 41 or 53-year-old? 43-year-old still playing at the level best, still playing at that higher level. You have to give it to them. These people, Pepe, Lebo Ronaldo, the likes of them at their age, they're still managing to keep fit. They're still managing to keep up with the kids that are coming up. I think you have to give credit to them where it's due. And I think Portugal, they've got also one of the best squads, and their squad have got a lot of talented players in that, especially going forward. And hence I said I'm predicting, I'm putting them as my top four favorite teams at the tournament. And I think them as well would manage to get out of group stages, but I see them falling as well in the semi-finals stages. I don't see them going forward to the finals as England, Lebona, they are going to go out to the semi-finals. Now my last team, my last pick, and I think you would all would guess it, France. And it's obvious, isn't it? It's gonna be a France versus Germany final. Go should be at the Allianz Arena. I don't think there's another stadium that can host final. Is it? Should be at the Allianz Arena in Munich. France, France have always been the like the consistency of this France team from when they won the World Cup in 2016. I think they've been consistent in the competitions or in the tournaments that they've played. And I think you look at them, they've always gone to quarterfinal, semi-finals in the World Cup. They lost co-finaling because Bareketse to World Cup. Yeah, I said it. Fight within Bareketse to World Cup, but they've been consistent, and you see at the level of players they've got. It's nice to see Usman Dembele back injury free. Hopefully, can stay fit until the tournament. Mbappe is Mbappe. Thuram as well is scoring for Inter Milan. He's scoring for his national team. There's this boy who scored twice, I think. Fofana as well. He's coming in, and obviously in the middle of the park they've got Chomani, the pair Madrid. They've got Chomani. They've got Kamavinga. Hopefully Kamavinga stays fit because I heard he went off injured. Kagemia last night. Yeah, last night. But maybe let's hope it's not nothing serious. It was just precautionary. So they've got those people, they've got those players, and they've got a very exciting team as well. Ukolomwani are still there. Dembele are still there. Mbappe, Griezmann, obviously. I saw Giroud still playing, and we had Giroud might be going to the MLS after the Euro. So he's got one last thing to prove in Europe before he heads off to go make the millions as well. So for me, France, for me, I've always loved France, and I've always put them in my top two teams of the tournaments they play in. And I think even in this instance, I'm saying they're gonna go all the way up, all the way to the final, and Didier Deschamps gonna have another title under his belt. I think they're winning the tournament, and that is my prediction as early as when where are we now in March? Yeah, written April, let's call it Good Friday. But we're in March. My prediction to win Euro 2024 for me, Mbappe is gonna lift the European Championship. So those are my predictions. Those are my four contenders or favorites leading up to this tournament, there Euro 2024, and hopefully delivers as we saw. AFCON delivered, and hopefully does. We also have the what do they call them? Yeah, South America. What do you call it? Concave. Is it concave? Oh, Messi. Copa America. We also have Copa America as well coming up in June as well. So there's a lot of football to be played. Obviously, the EPL is coming back. I am so excited. The last stretch, last 10 games, Arsenal are leading the pack with a point. Liverpool second, Manchester City third. And obviously, that big game, the big game on Sunday, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Who will win the EPL? The last 10 games of the season will determine that. And until we meet again, remember prevention is better than cure. Until we meet again. Ciao.